Welcome, Gemini, to my temple. I'm in my temple of consciousness. I've recently moved to the big island of Hawaii, and I am renting this cabin, but I've had to buy my own off-grid solar water system. And I'll show you that system very soon after I finish these next set of readings. I will show you what's involved in living off-grid. I'm on the big island of Hawaii, very remote, very, very remote. It takes quite a bit to get out of here. I'm worried about my tires in my car because it is a bit rough around here. So this provides me, though, with the kind of meditative, quiet solitude that I need for the kind of work that I love to do. I'm a lifelong yoga teacher and a recent refugee from teaching yoga on Siesta Key public beach, where I'd been teaching for 15 years. The last two hurricanes, which happened in October, wiped me out, literally. So I lost my job, I lost my car, I lost my home, which is why I made the radical choice of, at 73, living out my dream. And I'm here living out my dream. I found my Shangri-La. I found my El Dorado. Never ever think you're too old to find your El Dorado, because it's out there, because it's in here. You just have to bring it out. So now, Gemini, this is about the transits of Venus and Mars. And if you're new to the channel, the reason that I only follow the transits of Venus and Mars is because astrology is an extraordinarily complex form of divination, with layers and layers of mathematical possibilities. Venus and Mars represents the male and female aspects of the human being and of our experience. The passive inner intuitive dream realm within every human being is represented by Venus. And the outward, aggressive, ambitious, event-making aspect of the human consciousness is represented by Mars. And they are short-lived within a particular sign, so they lend us insight into the current events of that particular month they're transiting in a sign. So now, we've got Venus representing, again, love, beauty, harmony, joy, pleasure, and money as well. Value, what you value. It's going to be in Aries. So this is very simple to do. What we do here is have a look, and there you are. So we're looking for Venus in Aries. And Gemini is your first house, so let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Venus is in Aries in your 11th house. It's a beautiful placement for Venus, because the 11th house is the house of dreams, hopes and dreams. Your social standing, your social persona, friends, community, how you're perceived within your community, and what you do, what service or what exchange there is between you and the community that you live in. Or it's about manifestation of your hopes and dreams. And Venus, again, brings you luck in manifesting your hopes and dreams. And it makes you enormously popular, charming. Well, Geminis are always charming. And this, again, is appropriate for you if your sun, moon, or rising is in Gemini. Any little bit of Gemini in you is good, because it's sort of like having salt in your meal. It sends the flavors, or it enhances the flavors of what's already there. So Gemini is a very effervescent sign, personality. And here in the 11th house, your popularity is off the charts. You're already a charming fellow or lady, gal. But charm is the understatement of what's going to go on this month. Because in the 11th, again, you're already, the house lights up. You are sort of, maybe you're in a new community of people who find the many reasons that there are to love you, to admire you, to follow you, to be uplifted by you. And again, it brings in luck so that you live out your hopes and dreams. And this is sort of uncompromising in that you don't really have to compromise much here. It just is. You're sort of given a gift this month of ease and fluid relationships, easygoing relationships. Everything is sort of, there's no blocks between you accomplishing some kind of networking, a community, participation. Your relationships are blessed, and your day-to-day relationship transactions will result in not only a sense of joy and fulfillment, but also more money. Yeah, Venus also represents value, what you value. And if you value your talents and your skills, those talents and skills will be valued by others. And that's what's going to happen in May. So it's an exciting month for you, where you earn more and you impress others with your vivaciousness, shall we say. And you always do that anyway. But this month, again, you're on steroids. Charm is on steroids. So then let's move on to the position of Mars. Mars, again, is the male aspect of the human psyche and of our experiences. That which we manifest, we do, we aggress, we energetically transform our dreams and thoughts and ideas into reality. And for the month of May, Mars is in two signs. It's in Cancer in the first half of the month, and Leo in the second. So if we look again, here we are. So there you are, Gemini. So we go Gemini 1, 2, 3, Cancer. That's where, remember, we had Mars in Cancer, so it's 1, 2. So simple. Second house. And then it goes into Leo, which will be the third house. So it's very simple. So this is extraordinarily complementary to the placement of Venus in the 11th house of friends, family, neighbors, your community, your reputation within that community, and your hopes and dreams. Because the second house is about money, finances. And so there's a huge determination that is roused in you in the first half of the month. Maybe you're going to be burning the candle at both ends, working extraordinarily hard. The manifestation of that will be a greater community bonding with a community that you're familiar with, or that is in your immediate territory, or one that you've already established a relationship before, is going to get stronger, more reliable, and manifest in some dream or goal manifesting, which will bring in money, finances. So you also take the helm in money management. We just went through the tax season, April, and now you might have to do some real concentrated money management control over your finances. You've got to analyze and then do something. You act, in other words. And in acting, your purse gets fatter. More money comes in. It's sort of like a door opens up. And the obstacle that was there is removed. Maybe you've been bludgeoned your way through. There's something a little bit egoistically dramatic and insistent on this energy. So be careful about that. You don't want to be a bully because you've got all this charm. So use it correctly. Remember, these are opportunities, and good things can come from them if you approach it with a pure mind, a pure heart, and a pure soul. So then in the second half of the month, it moves into the third house, Leo. And again, this is your community. So again, very harmonic with Venus in your 11th house. The idea is that not only are you capable of winning people over through the dint of your personality, your charm, your humor, your silliness. A lot of Geminis are kind of silly, and that's their charm. But also, there's a sort of, you do something aggressive within that realm. You do something in your community. You act. You initiate. And because it's in Leo, there's something theatrical about it, whether it's theater, or whether you are simply staging an event, a social event, a community event, or you're staging something professionally to make money, or you find yourself the center of attention and people want to follow, to give you a leadership position. So this often is a bonus or a promotion or a simply finding the connections that will facilitate you succeeding towards your goal or towards a, again, more healthy wallet. So that is what you can anticipate for the month of May 2025. Now remember, you can follow this reading, this forecast, by watching the tarot forecast for the month of May 2025, because I try to bring the two narratives together so that we have a more profound, insightful, revelatory story about what might be going on for you during the month. So I would recommend highly that you see both, and that you like, share, and subscribe, because I've been, as I said at the beginning, I've been gone from this hurricane, refugee, running from the disaster, and I ran into two other disasters as I was running from it, until I found my Shangri-La, my El Dorado, and now I feel at last the peace I need to bring you all these readings and forecasts and so much more that I intend. But I need your help, and I am asking for it via a donation. There's a link below. Or if you would go to my website, grandcentralhealing.com, and order a reading from me. I would very much appreciate that kind of support as well. So, see you next month. Namaste and aloha.